Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education. Checking in on Twitter, GoPro X, and CHK on the daily weekly time frame. So we have the bulls defending Twitter, the 100-day moving average support yet again. So we bounced off this level now 3 times. That's at 1646. And we are still rejecting from the exponential resistance. So we know the bulls aren't going anywhere unless we can get over these exponential resistances and turn them into support. So we're reaching a point where we're going to either see one or the other, and that's either going to be tomorrow or Monday, where we don't have much range left in between those two moving averages. So if we see a bull break, we're looking up at 1722 resistance, the high of the last little bounce attempt. And if it's a bear break and we lose support, we're looking down at 1627 and then down to the level right before we fill the gap or start filling the gap down at 1576. So the weekly time frame for Twitter is trying to form a bullish reversal candlestick off this middle Bollinger Band, and it currently is the case. But we will have to see follow through and confirmation next week, which obviously we're going to have to get over these daily exponential resistances in order to see that weekly confirmation candle show up. GoPro, perfect bear play, and really liking how this has played out throughout the day after day in these videos, where this 50-day moving average resistance, any bearish trade that you are in, you can use that as your gauge of strength where you exit as soon as the bulls close over the 50-day moving average. That has not happened. We've closed at the low of the day 3 days in a row. We're breaking down and we're heading to fill this gap. So support is at 802. Support after that is going to be down at 737. There is tons of downside potential here because of the lack of support. And we are heading to the all-time low after that gap fill. So this is an ideal scenario for the bears right now, and the momentum at the end of the day is really a good sign for those bears. And again, pretty much a perfect play with the rejection from these resistances, which have let us know the bears are continually in control. Nothing has changed. It just took a while before we broke down again. So awesome looking bear chart on the daily and weekly. X here trying to form a bullish reversal candlestick, but we did break the higher low pattern on the daily. We broke 1919. So the bulls are trying to bounce and recover, but because we have broken down on this daily, this weekly time frame looks a lot more convincingly like a bear flag, and we have to be cautious because if we lose this 100-week support, which we are testing again at 1978, we will be looking down at 1855 as support and the potential for a breakdown. So X is still a clear bear, and we might see some short-term upside on the daily, but we have middle Bollinger Band resistance. We have exponential resistance. The bulls are really struggling at this point on X. CHK on the daily time frame continues to pull back, lower highs and lower lows 3 days in a row. Middle Bollinger Band continuing to drive down, and support right now at this point is 492 and then down to 470. And looking at the weekly time frame, rejecting from exponential resistances, a really weak bounce attempt at this point. We had a bullish reversal candlestick last week. We are not confirming it with any kind of strength and follow through this week, and a clear rejection. So bears in full control of the majority of these names here. Twitter is close to a break in one direction or the other. Bears obviously looking for a loss of the 100-day moving average. And GoPro, let's see if we start filling this gap heading into next week. That'd be a great sign for the bears. I appreciate you watching, and we'll check back in over the weekend. Have a great Friday.